That's working. This is good. I love it. I love it. Okay. Bruce Donnelly, one of the great stars of the urbanist listservs, the landscape urbanist listserv, the pro-urb. Well, how many of them are you on?
Landscape urbanism, pro-urb, trad-arc, urbanists, and, well, in Ohio, listserv for planners that I
Okay,
hardly
now
pay attention
according to
to.
Andres Donnelly, one of the founders of the Congress for the New Urbanism, Andres says that your posts on these listservs are the most articulate, well thought out, basically the best posts on these listservs. Did you know he felt that way?
Yes.
Good. See, the guy's not totally modest. He's willing to accept a compliment. I want to start out with Cleveland. You're from Cleveland. Mm-hmm. Well, actually, Shaker Heights, right? Or you live in the city itself?
I live in Shaker Heights, which is a suburb of Cleveland.
Okay, but a very, very urban suburb with streetcar lines and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. All right. What is the best thing that they've done in Cleveland since World War II?
Is to hold on to its old urbanism. People come to Cleveland and they say that it's really beautiful. It's run down, but it's really beautiful. Well, the old urbanism is still there. The main streets, the old streetcar strips are still there. And yes, we have the Shaker Rapid, which feeds beautifully, diagrammatically beautifully down to the terminal tower. And then we also have the Red Line, which went to the airport and it made news when it was new. It was the first one.
I've used it. When I go to Cleveland, I take the train.
Right. And all of that's still there. The city is slowly declining, but it's probably not as fast as it would be without that stuff.
It's probably declining at this point. It's declining in raw population, but household size, it's probably because the household size has gone down. It's probably held its own as far as number of households.
I don't really know. I think the household...
See, that's the trouble with this guy.
I'm sorry,
He's a statistician.
I did that.
He only deals in facts. He does not, if you say, well, this is probably that, and he won't confirm it or not unless he checks. All right, so
I don't
maybe
know.
I'm right, maybe I'm not.
I know that the population of Cleveland is going down slowly, and I know that there's a big mortgage crisis. The powers that be in Cleveland tried to stem that. They tried to get rid of the predatory lending. They weren't allowed to by the state. That's a problem.
You don't have a real urban-friendly state government right now.
No. No.
I'm trying to do my part to make sure people know that. When we have a listserv rock star, everybody needs to know. Listserv rock star Bruce Donnelly is right here at CNU 20. All right. Next year, we're going all the way out to Salt Lake City. Andres was saying that the block size there, there's huge blocks. What are they, 900 feet, 1,000
660.
feet? 660. Oh, it's not that bad then, now that I think about it. That's not too bad.
It's a furlong.
Yeah. So do you think that that's an asset or a liability, or who cares? You deal with it and do what you best you can with it.
I think the block size in Salt Lake City has been kind of a challenge for Salt Lake City, but I've heard it has.
It's a great place to turn around a Conestoga wagon.
Well, that's the street though. But it works out evenly in acres. It was good for subdividing, and I think the thing is you start with that big block, and then you subdivide it down, and that's what some new plans have. And I also think there's some real discipline to that 660 feet and the 66-foot chains, and the subdivisions of those that work for lots and buildings.
Okay, we're going to be going to Salt Lake. We have the huge block size. We have that could be a subject for the Congress in Salt Lake. What to do with these block sizes?
Well, what to do with the block sizes, and the fact that the blocks were subdivided as a means to take over the land, to make the land civilized. And what relationship does that have with the city? What relationship does that have to do with developers? And there's a lot of talk of the cities acting as developers, as master developers. What do you do with the infrastructure, and how do you make the city an operating system so that the infrastructure is just supports the private development? Once you support the private development, then it's kind of a free-for-all. You're okay. Then the market works, but you have to create the market by engendering that. And I think that not only does that grid have a real effect, but it has a symbolic effect. That was when they were civilizing the countryside. They didn't civilize it with, romantic little curly streets.
Yeah.
They
were laying it out.
dominated it. Right.
Yeah, they wanted to create a city that would, that was the dream of Brigham Young and the other people who did it. So, well, I'm looking forward to that Congress next year, and I'm looking forward to you being there. And there's an increasing group of people on the listservs that have a great deal of respect for Bruce Donnelly. He'll be in Salt Lake next year, so if you want to meet him there in person, come to our Congress.
Thank you.